Something remarkable is happening across social media right now, and it's completely flipping the script on how the world sees America. International fans who came to the United States for the 2026 World Cup are going absolutely viral back home, not for documenting crazy fans or amazing goals, but for their genuine shock at how nice Americans are. And we're not talking about a few isolated posts. We're talking tens of millions of views, trending topics in multiple countries, and U.S. politicians from both parties jumping in to amplify the message. Let me introduce you to Freddy. He's a German football fan who documented his entire World Cup road trip through the American South, and his content has become a legitimate cultural moment in Europe. Before he left Germany, Freddy did what a lot of Europeans do. He watched the news, absorbed the stereotypes, and expected the worst. Dangerous cities, rude people, terrible food, gun violence on every corner. He even filmed a preparation video where he joked about needing survival skills. What he found instead has genuinely shocked millions of people. His first viral moment came at a gas station in Alabama. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this video has been viewed over 15 million times across platforms. Freddy walks into this convenience store, buys a large soda, drinks it while shopping, and then approaches the cashier to ask where he can buy another one. The cashier looks confused. She points to the fountain. "You can refill it, honey." Freddy doesn't understand. He asks if he needs to pay again. She laughs and says, "No, sweetie, free refills. You can fill that thing up as many times as you want." The look on his face is pure disbelief. He films himself filling up the cup again, then sitting in his car explaining to his German audience that this is apparently normal in America. The comment section exploded. Thousands of Europeans expressing genuine shock that this is standard practice. Wait, you can just take some more for free? This seems too good to be true. Why don't we have this in Europe? It's such a small thing, but it perfectly captured this collision between expectations and reality. But the free refills were just the beginning. As Freddy traveled through Tennessee, Texas, Louisiana, and Georgia, he kept documenting moments that defied everything he expected. In Nashville, a family at a hot chicken restaurant noticed his Germany jersey and struck up a conversation. They ended up buying his entire meal and welcoming him to America. In Texas, he was walking through a neighborhood when a fire truck drove past, then stopped and backed up. The firefighters got out, asked where he was from, took photos with him, and invited him to their station for a tour. In New Orleans, a bar owner gave him free drinks all night just because it was his first time in the city. Every single one of these videos went viral, not just in Germany. Across Europe, French accounts started sharing them. Dutch sports channels covered them. UK commentary shows discussed them. And the reactions were remarkably consistent. Genuine surprise that Americans are this friendly and welcoming. You have to understand the context here. For years, European media coverage of America has been overwhelmingly negative. Politics, violence, division, that's the image that gets exported. Most Europeans' only reference points for American culture are news headlines and Hollywood movies. Neither paint an accurate picture of everyday American life. So when hundreds of international fans started posting similar content during the World Cup, it created this massive counter-narrative. A Brazilian supporter in Miami filmed a stranger at Walmart who noticed he was struggling to find something, spent 10 minutes helping him, then insisted on buying his groceries. A Japanese fan group in Seattle documented locals teaching them cornhole and beer pong in a stadium parking lot before a match. A Mexican family traveling to matches in multiple cities posted a compilation of every American who stopped to help them with directions, car trouble, or recommendations. The common thread in all of this: spontaneous kindness from strangers. It's something Americans often take for granted because it's baked into the culture in many parts of the country. But for visitors from places where public interactions are more reserved, where strangers don't typically strike up conversations or offer unsolicited help, it's genuinely jarring, and they're documenting it because it contradicts everything they expected. Now, here's where this story gets really interesting. American politicians noticed. The governor of Tennessee retweeted Freddy's Nashville content with the caption, "Tennessee hospitality is real, y'all." A Texas state representative quoted his BBQ video saying, "This is what Texas is actually about. Y'all come back now." A Georgia congressman shared his Savannah footage. These aren't coordinated campaign moves, they're organic reactions from politicians who saw positive content about their states and regions going viral internationally. And it's not just Republicans in red states. Democratic mayors from Philadelphia and Boston shared similar content from international fans visiting their cities. Because this transcends normal political divisions, it's just people being decent to visitors and those visitors being surprised enough to share it with millions of followers back home. The soft power implications here are actually significant. America's global image has taken a beating over the past decade. Polling consistently shows declining favorability ratings across Europe and Latin America, but these viral moments are creating a different narrative, one that's arguably more powerful because it's coming from regular people, not government PR campaigns or official tourism boards. Freddy's content alone has been shared by German news outlets, sports channels, and cultural commentary shows. He's been interviewed on radio programs. His followers have grown from a few thousand to over 800,000 in a matter of weeks. And he's not even trying to be political. He's just documenting his genuine reactions to a country that turned out to be completely different from what he expected. The ripple effects are playing out in real time. Travel agencies in Europe are reporting increased interest in American destinations. Tourism boards are scrambling to capitalize on the momentum. And the 2026 World Cup Organizing Committee is probably thrilled that their event is generating this kind of organic positive coverage. The timing matters too. This World Cup is the first one hosted in the United States since 1994, and it's the first ever jointly hosted by 3 countries. FIFA took a gamble that American infrastructure and hospitality could handle the world's biggest sporting event. These viral moments suggest that gamble is paying off in ways that go beyond just logistics and attendance numbers. As the tournament continues and more international visitors arrive for knockout rounds, we're seeing this pattern repeat. Fresh content from the last 48 hours shows fans from Morocco, South Korea, and Poland all posting similar reactions. The feel-good wave shows no signs of stopping. So what happens next? This story perfectly bridges our current World Cup coverage into our upcoming NFL International Series content. Because if international visitors are shocked by American hospitality during soccer matches, wait until they experience American football tailgates. The September games in London, Munich, and Frankfurt will bring American fan culture to Europe, and we'll be covering every reaction, every cultural collision, every moment when worlds meet. But that's a story for another video. Right now, we're watching a remarkable moment where social media is accidentally doing more for America's global image than decades of official diplomacy. All because people expected the worst and found something completely different.